welcome back to the early days of an entrepreneur. These are the MAYDAYZ. We're at date 5. 5. You will know why I'm excited about the number 5, and I'll tell you that within 20 days. I'll tell you that within 20 days. All right. So, whew, what another amazing day, man. See, when you wake up in the morning, or I guess in general, when everybody wakes up in the morning, I tend to ponder if everybody has a ritual. Um, as far as the couple of people that I've been following, they're mainly successful. Some are not as big as successful. They have a ritual in the morning, whatever they like to do. If it's like go work out, wake up in the morning, do some stretching sessions, get ideas out, read a book for a couple of minutes, you know. Everybody has a ritual, and my ritual has simply been, to read my goals. I have a list of goals that I want to accomplish, and I go through those list of goals, and that gets me pumped up as far as whatever I have to accomplish that day, and I know my focus is working towards that. So I had another Labor Day actually. The story behind this is simply that I was in desperation for the last couple of 5 days. Not necessarily the last couple of 5 days, but about 5 days ago. And my goal was simple, by the 5th of May, I needed $300 said and done. And I put my mind towards that, and I expected to get that. So, and currently right now, I don't have a job, and that's what I'm trying to stay out of. I committed myself not to depend on a job for anything that I certainly need. And with my situation, it exceeded. I needed that within 3 days, or 3 to 4 days actually, off of that when I set this. And I needed $300, and of course, applying for a job, going through that process wouldn't have been successful. That was out of the line. So that's why I'm doing these kind of things. So it's not something that, and it's within my schedule. I don't mean it to make it for a reason as far as these labor hours that I do, but I do see it. I do see it within the desperation. That was the first thing that my mind came into conclusion that I could do. One day, do the work, get paid, and that's it. And then I get to allocate those funds to whether it's like the paying that graphic designer that I mentioned, whether it's like this one was definitely for my cell phone bill. It was that, or not be able to communicate with clients, be able to use my internet when I'm not at home, and so on. So I set that goal, and by surprisingly, I only got paid $160 doing off of that work, but the other funds, we could discuss into it a little bit more, but they kind of just dropped in, and it's amazing. It's amazing when you put your mind to something and you expect that, and it's written down. It's amazing how that could be accomplishable within the period of time that you're giving yourself. So that's amazing. That's amazing. But throughout working that during the entire day and doing the physical work, my mind was at a completely different place. It was a contradiction, basically. It was, and that's what gets me through as far as whatever I'm doing, whatever it's something enjoyable that I'm doing, whatever it's something that I'm lacking the energy or lacking the motive of doing. I put my mind in a different place, and I get done what I need to get done. Of course, I'm focused with the task, but it's been helpful as far as beginning my day with what the outcome or what I expect to have within the next couple of months, within the next couple of years. And if I'm working towards that, I feel like I'm set. So I was thinking, my mind was at a different place. I took some notes down as well, and I was listening to Tony Robbins, and a couple of things that I've gotten from him are simply you know, it's these things you gotta listen, and you might not what you get out of it. You might get something totally different that I do from mine. But what I got from mine was, you know, conditioned frustration. Sometimes I experience that. I experience a failure. I experience some minor pains. You know that type of situation. But if you learn to condition that, and it's driven from something else. It's driven from success, and it's driven to success, and that kind of you hit the wall running basically. And why I started out with sharing that how I start my day is basically if I come through a wall, if I come through a something that I need to go across, I don't just stop. I hit it. I go through it, and that's mainly my goals and my dreams that are driving me to just run through whatever that obstacle might be. um, and that was a big one, you know. And when I hear these kind of things, you know, I get kind of excited, and I know what the outcome of it would be. I know through the more problems and the more, you know, mistakes that I make, is just that just simply means, you know, if I put my mind to it, you know, put my mind to work and think about this, you know, put some thought into it, get some feedback out of myself, I know there's going to be a lot of solutions that come out of that, you know, instead of debating, instead of pondering that particular idea or that particular situation that I'm experiencing. So, and that's how I'm gonna end with the day. You know, as far as what you're experiencing, just remember, you know, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. And that's from Earl Nightingale. Y'all have a beautiful morning. I'm still not even settled. Beautiful morning. What time is it? It's 5:45. Man, p.m. But it's a pleasure. Thank you for stopping by. Catch you on the next flight. These are the early days of an entrepreneur. Have a beautiful evening.